Hello, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back. We are, of course, here with Reference Roundtable. It's Thursday afternoon, so where else would we be? And this week, you can probably tell, we are doing It Came from the Bookdrop. So we are going to be talking about some stuff that has been recently returned to the libraries, and we have a little bit of everything today.
Wow.
So, of course, I'm Lacey, and I'm with Michael and Sarah. And I guess, I don't know, should we just dive right in? We have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so this is all stuff people returned probably last night or this morning.
Within the last 24 hours.
So somebody in Sioux City has checked these out really recently, so you can kind of get a peek into what other people have been reading, which is always kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is.
So you guys can just grab.
So this stands out to me. I love this series. This is 20th Century Fashion, and this is the book for the 80s and 90s. And the person who checked this out got it off of one of the displays here at the main branch. If you go on the second floor, we have a throwback display right now with books having to do with the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. And it's actually featured on the front page of our catalog too on the website. So if you go to the catalog online, you can see a book list full of all kinds of really cool books like this. And I love looking at like what we used to wear. It's always fun. Yeah, especially since it really all comes back around.
I'm grabbing 2 books because I'm going to do it. They're both great classic kids books. So the first one is Stone Soup by Marsha Brown, which I think everyone knows. I mean, that is been around forever, Caldecott Award winning. Just, you can't go wrong. I love it. This is another classic kids book. Curious George visits the library, and I think for obvious reasons, you know why I love that. I think the library buys any book that is like about people coming to the library. We're big fans.
I love that. Okay, I'm gonna grab this one because I read this one. I don't know how recently, but it's Alice Feeney and it's Rock Paper Scissors.
Didn't she just have a new one come out too?
Yeah, she just had a new one come out called Daisy Darker. I haven't read that one yet.
It sounds thrillery.
But yeah, this one was very good. It was like one of those books that I thought one thing about till almost the end, and at the very end it was like, oh, nope, just kidding. And I was like, oh my gosh. So
it's probably a good summer read.
It's a very good one. It's set like in cold winter, like snowed in. So if you feel like
if it's too hot right now, maybe you would enjoy
this will help you like cool off. It was a good one.
All right. I've read this one before, and I guess I do read graphic novels as we talked about in a past episode, but this one's really fun. It's Wonder Woman, the Hikatea, I think is how you pronounce it. And you can kind of tell by the cover, but this storyline for this comic book is Wonder Woman versus Batman. So basically they have a disagreement over like what the right thing to do is, and Wonder Woman is protecting someone who Batman is trying to get rid of. So if you've ever wanted to see Wonder Woman and Batman fight, you should check this one out. It's pretty cool.
All right, this one calls to me. This is The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina by Zoraida Cordova. And I also love this one because we have it in Spanish too. Ooh. So if you want to read it in Spanish, which it's possible was the original language of it, judging by the...
It was good. It's magic realism.
She was born in Ecuador, so I bet she speaks English and Spanish very well. Anyway, the cover is so cool. Yeah. It's just a really neat cover. I don't actually remember what it's about, but I remember being like, I need to order this. So I think I liked it at the time I ordered it. So yeah. What do you think of it?
It's magic realism, so there's a lot of like things that wouldn't really happen, like the grandmother. It's like an inheritance, but the grandmother turns into a tree, and just
that is such a theme with Latin American authors. Yeah, they are just all about the magic realism, and they like you said, they're the best at it.
It was cool.
Awesome.
I'm gonna do 3 at once.
Do it.
Because I see some book talk favorites. So we have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, who is a really popular author, particularly on TikTok. This book, and then The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, are really, really popular right now. And Daisy Jones and the Six is the only one of hers I've read, and I loved it. It's a great audiobook because the songs are in there too. Nice. And she has a new one coming out very soon about track star, I think.
Mm.
And then these are like from the biggest name in books right now, Colleen Hoover, who is like the queen of book talk. People can't get enough of Colleen Hoover.
She's all over social media.
All over social media. Her books are like all in the top 10 of the New York Times bestsellers. Like I'm surprised these are here and not fulfilling a hold.
Right.
So if you want to see what everyone's like into,
and none of us really know why.
Right. I mean,
not really a lot of them are very much geared towards like young adult readers.
Yeah.
Like not like even teens, but like, you know, like right around that like 18-year-olds, like just becoming an adult. They're very like in college or teens that like really deep in love and
love stories with like a different like theme kind of thrown in with it. Like I know there's the one that's about domestic abuse, right? It ends with us, or is it starts with us?
Something like that.
Anyway, if you like a romance though, she's supposed to be great.
I think they're just the kind of romance where you like have all of the feelings. Like you're probably gonna have like somebody that's got cancer and somebody that's like in a bad relationship. They have everything in them from what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It just ticks all the boxes. So if you like to feel all of the emotions.
I think it's your turn.
I think I got skipped, but that's
okay. No, go for it.
When did you get skipped just now?
Yeah.
Go.
You skipped me. Let's see. I'll just take this one. Ooh,
that one looks cool.
Palm reading for beginners. So I know nothing about palm reading, so I should check this out.
It's got really like cool
It's
layout
really,
too.
yeah.
That looks like it'd be fun to read.
Maybe you can read our palms in the next reference roundtable.
Right. Yeah. Looks like it's pretty easy to get going. So interesting.
I'm gonna continue our doing weird stuff today, and I'm just gonna grab two. So of course we have to highlight. We have music. This is the Essential Bruce Springsteen.
Ooh, that's a
so
lot.
If you're a fan of The Boss, and I think this is actually like one of many discs. Yeah, this is disc 1. There's like 3 discs. Wow. Disc 1 has 15 songs on it. So
wow,
you got some Blinded by the Light on here and Born to Run. So you got some of the good ones on there. And of course, we have DVDs, The Color Purple. We have so many great DVDs. We have like life-changing, award-winning DVDs like this one, and we also have just like really goofy ones if you're just looking to laugh and, you know, enjoy your night. So
I think they're making a new Color Purple movie, but it's like the movie musical of the Broadway musical of the Color Purple movie, kind of like they did with Hairspray. So.
Sounds good.
All right, is it actually my turn?
I think so.
Okay. I'm gonna do 2 again because we had somebody return some teen magazines, and I'm the only one on Reference Roundtable who knows who these cover stars are. So on this one, we have Sophia Carson, and on this one, we have Dove Cameron. And I love Dove Cameron. She has like hit songs right now in the top 40.
Really?
She's like the new like ex-Disney girl on the rise.
Is she related to anyone? Like her parents?
I don't think so. I don't think she's a nepotism baby. But she and Sophia Carson co-starred in the Descendants series on Disney Channel. So if your kids like Descendants and want to like read more about their favorite Descendants stars, we've got them in magazine form. And Sophia Carson's in that new Netflix movie, Purple Hearts, which is like super popular right now. So get all the hot goss here at the Library of Girls World. These always take me back to like J14 and those magazines from
Teen Beat,
Tiger Beat.
Is it my turn? I've lost track of.
No, I think it's my turn.
Okay. I want to keep us where we should be. So.
Okay, let's go with this one. This is a big book. Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, and this is a horror. Yep, this is a horror book. But he wrote The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So that's where you
Has he written other books besides that, or is it just that and this?
I think it's. I know he's not written a ton, but I think he's maybe. I'm not sure.
He might be.
I've only ever read Wallflower.
Yeah.
And I think they did this for a book club book.
They did, maybe last
year. There were mixed feelings. I have not read this one either, but it's way different than The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah.
So interesting.
This one's not maybe the most exciting title, but it is important. Teach yourself visually Microsoft Teams. So if you work in an office, you've probably heard of Teams. It's like an instant messaging service. So if you've ever used a messenger, that is what it is. You can send, like we actually use it here at the city of Sioux City, and you can just message like coworkers, like ask them a quick question. And this is just a quick how-to guide. We have a lot of how-to guides like this at the library. If you got a new computer and it's got like some new, like a new Microsoft, Office version, we have stuff like that and a lot of it. So this is really great if you need to just kind of touch up your knowledge.
I like that the visual examples are in there too. Because sometimes if you just read the instructions.
Yeah, we always try and buy ones that are very visual because who wants to read like 37 pages of how to do something?
Yeah,
No.
So I recognize this from last week, which I can't believe that's already a week ago. It seems like yesterday. But this was one of my favorite reads of the summer, and it's Viola Davis's Finding Me memoirs, and she reads them. So that's actually how I read them. I listened to the audiobook, and it's great because she's so expressive being an actor that it transfers really well to reading an audiobook.
I love that when authors read their own.
Yeah, highly recommend it.
I feel like they should have to. Like, I don't know why.
Especially for memoirs.
It means so much more, I think, when you hear it from
It just feels like you're like sitting there and she's telling you stories.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to grab two because these have both been featured on K-Wit's Check It Out.
Ooh.
I actually did the Check It Out for this one, Brady and Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. That's a tongue twister. And West with Giraffes by Linda Rutledge. And I know this one has been very popular. It's been a fan favorite. So, and I just love this book, honestly. So,
both highly recommended from library staff.
Yes.
It's always flattering when people check out the Check It Out books. It's like, oh,
yes.
It makes me want to talk with them about
my
it.
recommendation.
I have not read this, but I 100% want to. It's called Lulu is a Rhinoceros by Jason Flom. And it's the cutest thing you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little dog, and he looks in. I'm guessing it's a girl because Lulu, but she sees herself as a rhinoceros in the mirror, and that looks so cute.
Even the picture on the back is adorable.
Those illustrations are
Lulu is a
silly.
bulldog on the outside, but a rhino on the inside is what it says on the back. So yes,
Lulu's eyes are so expressive.
yes.
Aww.
So I think we're all gonna have to read that after the roundtable today.
This book has intrigued me for a while now because it's this will all be over soon by Cecily Strong, and Cecily Strong is like Saturday Night Live cast member, so she's like a humorous actress, comedian, but this is like a grief memoir. A powerful memoir from Saturday Night Live cast member Cecily Strong about grieving the death of her cousin and embracing the life-affirming lessons he taught her amid the coronavirus pandemic. So it's also a pandemic memoir. And it's just, I'm so interested because someone who I only know as being funny, like writing about something tragic, which I think is a very bold thing to do.
Yeah.
So we can get to it.
All right. I think it's my turn.
Yeah.
I know I grabbed this one just because I liked the cover.
Oh.
It's called Don't Say We Didn't Warn You by Ariel Delgado Dixon.
As a cool cover.
It's just a really cool cover. I don't know anything about it, but it looks newish. Two sisters unite to survive a traumatic upbringing. So it's a novel.
I would read that 100% based on the cover.
Yeah.
So, yep, definitely. That's why I grabbed it.
This one I had to talk about. The first cat in space ate pizza. And as you can see, very visual. It's a youth graphic novel. So it's a graphic novel, totally for kids, super duper colorful on the inside. I always tell people, like, if you, the kid who's not a big reader, graphic novels.
Yeah.
They read super fast. They're easy to read. They're so much fun.
They're a
and I
gateway
think,
drug.
yeah, I was going to say, I think it's a good way to get kids addicted. You got to start them off with something easy.
This one, I think, has been pretty popular as well. It's the Anxiety Sisters Survival Guide, How You Can Become More Hopeful, Connected, and Happy. And it's just a self-help book for how to deal with anxiety, much as the title would have you guess. And there's a lot of science in there as well. So if you're a science-oriented person and want to know, like, why do I feel this way? this book could hopefully explain it for you. And it gives you exercises that you can practice to kind of
Nice.
be better on top of your anxiety. So it's no wonder people enjoy reading it.
All right.
Me? Yep, here we go. Here's one from our local history collection. It's called Prisoners of War in Iowa by Linda Betzinger McCann. So, looks pretty informative, and it's all about the POWs in Iowa. So,
Like the German soldiers, right?
yeah, during World War II, there were German, Italian, and Japanese soldiers captured by Americans. So yeah, it talks about the different camps.
I think
in
there was some
Iowa.
as close as Storm Lake,
Wow.
I
Yeah.
believe.
Ottawa,
Yeah.
Storm Lake, those are pretty close. So
Yeah.
So
yeah, this is like really interesting. We have tons of local history books like that with
Wow.
all sorts of interesting information. So
All right. More kids' books.
You
Of course.
You do all the fun ones.
Of course. Pokemon. I mean,
Gotta catch them all.
it goes without saying. I think even if you don't know what Pokemon is, you've heard of it. Like,
yeah.
it's inescapable, and that is the visual companion, so you can learn all about the little Pokemons. This is just cute. I don't know anything about it. It's by Mike Lowry, and it's everything awesome about sharks and other underwater creatures, and it's all like drawn. So it's super cool. Like even the back is like poisonous puffer fishes and squids, and
Cool.
I feel like any kid would enjoy this. Oh,
that's
this
neat.
is so cool. Look at that.
That's really neat.
That's the kind of book I would have read as a little kid. And I started
Yes.
making my own book, like in a notebook, like drawing things
That
out
is
just like that.
really cool. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna do a
Down here.
cool children's book as well. This one catches my eye, and it's called "Can You Hear the Trees Talking? Discovering the Hidden Life of the Forest" by Peter Wolleben. And I know we finished summer reading, and there were a lot of books about trees and nature on the adult list. So this is a great companion. It's like, well, I just opened it to a page that says, "How do trees make babies?" So answers to all of life's important
I
questions.
love the way they worded that.
Yeah.
Baby
What do
trees.
tree children learn at school? Do trees get pimples?
Oh, that's really fun.
This is fun.
Fun.
What are trees afraid of? And this one caption says, "Look, a tree with a temper." So this book's cute.
That is
That's
cute.
fun.
It's kind of a
I might
fun way
page
of
through that
learning
actually.
about trees.
Fun.
Good to
Okay.
take outside.
I grabbed this one and I forgot to look this up, but it's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid, and I want to say this is a series,
Oh.
some sort of
That sounds
Netflix
so
series
familiar.
or something that was popular for a little while. I never got around to it, but I always like to read the book before I watch a series, honestly.
Yes.
It's book based,
Mhm.
so I'm always
Same.
like, oh, I gotta wait until I read the book, and then I never get around to it sometimes. But yeah, that one looks interesting though.
All right. I don't know what this book is, but it looks really cute. It's called The Comfort Book by Matt Haig. And I believe he wrote The Midnight Library. I know that name.
Yep.
And it is a collection of little parcels of hope, gathering notes, proverbs, and stories. It gifts us with new ways of seeing ourselves, the world, and ourselves in the world. So it sounds like a little pick-me-up in book form, which really, I mean, that sounds great any day.
Yeah.
So,
They make a good like gift.
yeah.
It does look
It's
like
really
a good
cute.
book.
Mhm.
It's a little cute little blue hardcover book.
Reminds me of birthday cake frosting.
Mhm.
Yes, definitely. We're getting down there.
All right, I'll do the two DVDs. Why not do them? They're both vastly different. We have
Very
Dirty Dancing from our adult collection, and
classic.
yeah, I've never watched this movie. Isn't that terrible?
I hadn't.
And you
until
judged us for not
honestly.
watching Shrek.
Right.
I think that's
Well,
fair.
we've got some.
One of them won
now.
an Academy Award, so.
One of them starred Patrick Swayze.
Yep.
I rest my case.
Speaking of the stars, Jennifer Grey just came out with her memoirs.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So if you want to know what her life was like while making Dirty Dancing, you can watch this and then read the book. I think it's something about baby in a corner.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a reference. I know all the references. I just haven't watched it. I have. Y'all probably haven't seen Ice Age, have you?
No.
I have watched Ice Age. I've watched Ice Age more times than I could say. I watched Ice Age so much as a kid, I got sick of it. But there's so many of these movies. The first one is the only one that's really of quality. But later on, there is a woolly mammoth voiced by Nicki Minaj. So
Oh.
it's worth sticking
Is
around.
that,
the
is that
series.
worthwhile?
It's wonderful.
Oh,
All
goodness.
right. Got 3 left.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one.
Dang it.
It's called. Oh. Do you want to switch?
It looks really good. I want to check that
And
one.
I probably wouldn't eat anything in this book.
No.
It's
a
called
cookbook.
Everyone's Table: Global Recipes for Modern Health. So I'm
Ooh.
not a real. I'm a super.
You
picky
gotta show. You
eater.
gotta show them at least a picture from
That made
that.
me hungry. And that made me yawn.
Stewed pork shoulder with cumin, chipotle, and poblano
I would
chilies.
eat
That looks
that
delicious.
100%.
Would you eat that, Sarah?
There's not one thing I would eat in this dish. So no, maybe the cumin.
I have pork shoulder in my
Chipotle.
freezer at home right now,
Ooh.
so
Oh,
I
you can still
take
see
that.
the animal.
Oh,
It's trout and it still has the
Definitely-
head on the
That's
fish.
an interesting
so-
way to
yeah,
play it.
it's definitely not.
Sarah's not going to be
Vegan or
checking this
vegetarian.
one out, but that
No.
doesn't mean you shouldn't.
If you're not a picky eater, unlike Sarah, or more like Lacey and I will, if it's not moving,
Oh,
we'll eat
this
it.
though, whole roasted jerk cauliflower.
That looks delicious.
Really good. That would
That
go great with the
actually-
pork shoulder.
That's like a great way to eat
Yeah.
your
This
vegetables.
would probably
too.
be, like a good vegan recipe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
They actually look
Interesting.
like not too crazy
No.
either, the recipes. Like they look like you wouldn't have to be a professional chef.
right.
That's
yeah.
the thing. I tend to get like I'll check out a cookbook and it looks amazing, but then I start reading it and I'm like, I can't do this.
Like too much, no.
It's too much. This looks very approachable.
Yeah.
Grilled chicken. That looks like good.
That
Grilled
looks
chicken. Ooh.
Yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff in here. Honey glazed sweet potatoes with Japanese curry spice.
We need to do
Ooh.
some sort of reference roundtable, but
Yeah.
where we invite people to like make us food.
We have a mukbang and we
We
read
need to
on
have some
camera.
somehow to get people to make
A
us food.
contest.
Yeah.
All right. This looks cool. I haven't seen this one before. It's called Dirty Work: Essential Jobs and the Hidden Toll of Inequality in America by EYAL Press. EYAL Press is the author's name. And it sounds really good. I bet that's really interesting. I mean, we all know how much the workforce has changed in the last 50 years with just how much jobs have changed and gone in the tech sector and there's less service jobs, and this sounds really interesting. Probably maybe not like super uplifting.
Sounds like an
But-
expose.
Yeah, I was gonna
like
say, it
you'll
doesn't
read
sound
it
like-
and be like outraged.
Yeah.
All
Right.
right.
Got one
I get
more.
the last one. What a privilege. This one I've heard about, but I haven't read. It's called The Natural Mother of the Child, a memoir of non-binary parenthood by Chris Malcolm Belk. And so this, I believe, is pretty much what it sounds like.
Sounds
Yep,
like a
so,
really interesting memoir.
A non-binary trans-masculine parent giving birth to his son. Samson clarified his gender identity, and yet when his partner Anna adopted Samson, the legal documents listed Belk as the natural mother of the child. So a trans man, in order to go through the adoption process, listed as the mother. And so it's going to cover like gender dysphoria and parenting. But if for people who aren't queer or trans, I think this would be like a really worthwhile read to kind of have more insight into that life and like learn things that might be hard to talk about in person or uncomfortable to bring up with someone. It could.
Or if you just don't know anybody. to
Yeah, if
ask.
you just don't know anybody to
You don't want to
ask.
just walk around up to people.
No. That's why I
Right.
love reading memoirs like that, like about things and people that I don't know anything about. Because
Right.
It's like a window. Into
Something like
their
you've never
lives.
experienced.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think that's why people like to read memoirs about famous people. Because
Right.
I can't imagine being famous and having like $1 billion in my bank account like that. I couldn't even imagine having that problem.
What it means to have a body and how that body can influence the perception of a family. And it's full of photos too. So if you like memoirs that kind of feel like paging through someone's photo album. Like this almost looks like Dog Flowers, which is a book that
I love that
we
book.
both really liked. I think that's the last
That's
one.
That's it.
Well, we had another wide variety, which
Yeah,
I love.
It's great to see how many different kinds of books people in Sioux City are checking out. It's like,
And I think it's
A little bit
funny
of everything.
too because we always know we're gonna get like a cookbook, we're gonna get like,
Some picture
like
books.
picture books, we're gonna get a
classics.
thriller. There's gonna be some DVDs. Like, there's always some you can always rely on.
Mhm.
So
and this is just from the last 48 hours?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A comment in here. Love, love, love. It came from the Bookdrop. Fun to hear your comments. I get suggestions for good reads too. Keep it up.
Oh, we sure will.
We had a wide variety.
We have
today,
fun with this one too.
Yeah,
Really.
it's one of my favorites.
It
I
makes
think.
me. I don't read picture books because I don't have, I don't have kids or anything like that.
Mhm.
So I never really look at them, and then on here I'm like, I'm kind of missing out.
Oh, we're all gonna go read
No.
that Lulu book right
Yeah.
after this. I guarantee it.
It's cute.
Thanks for watching, everyone that's here. Of course, we're going to be back next Thursday.
Yes.
Next Thursday is the end of the month. It's the last week of August.
Yep.
So it's book club time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Sarah, what are we talking
We're
about next week?
reading. Well, most of us have read. Have you read it yet, Michael?
I'm like 25% of the way through it, but it's
Okay.
audiobook and I'm listening to double
It's
speed.
Three Girls from Bronzeville by Dawn Turner. It's a memoir.
It's great.
It's
I think we're going to have a
really-
lot of fun talking about it.
Yeah.
There's
It's
so much to
not-
talk about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't even know where to start. We'll get to it.
There's a
next
lot.
week.
There's a lot to talk about, and we'll have a lot to say.
As we
It's
should
an
be,
excellent book.
We always have stuff to say, good or bad.
Right.
Well,
All right.
until then,
Yeah.
That's it.
see you later.
See ya.
See ya.
Keep reading.